everybody, how's it going? I'm Sethum and welcome back to another episode. I'm back at it again. We're going to do some more grinding, and of course we are aiming to get to level 70 on this human paladin. So with that said, yeah, it's just back at it again. We're doing quests, trying to pick up as many quests. Hopefully we get loads in the same area. It's always nice when we do get a bunch in the same area, and then we can just kind of grind through them and hand in a multitude of quests. But yeah, welcome back to another episode, folks. I do hope that you're having a good day, and I do hope that you do enjoy this episode. As you can see, we are not far from more or less getting another level here, so I am looking forward to that. And quite honestly, I cannot wait to do some more dungeons as I level up here on this character. The more I think about it, following last time's episode, so that would have been yesterday, what I'm thinking here is this dude, so Sethum, our paladin, and yeah, I think he's going to become our main character. Now, I did some thinking after I finished the episode and looked it up, and according to the original content, right, Wrath of the Lich King did have dual specking, so that means I could spec in two things. Now, I'm definitely keeping the heal spec because that is actually quite needed in dungeons, and a lot of people don't tend to go for the healer. Healer is one of those rarities, to be fairly honest, just because it is actually a challenging job trying to keep people alive and stuff, especially when people don't just do what they're supposed to. They just run around like headless chickens. It doesn't really help the scenario. So yeah, it's a challenging job, but I am going to keep the healer role. Now the debate is, do I go for a DPS role on the dual spec just to help me with quests? And I think that's what I'm very inclined to do with this character, although I could try and be a tank. The problem I would have with tanking, with being a paladin and having mana and stuff, is mana. So your warrior tank generates rage, I believe it's called, as it strikes the enemy, and then you consume it with your abilities. That's generally how it works. Whereas me, I have to get mana, then of course I use up the mana. The problem is the regen in combat is actually quite slow. Although doing a tank is definitely tempting. I might potentially make another character for the purposes of tanking. So I was looking at mining here. I need to go and relearn that because I'm not getting any skills for mining this, which kind of sucks. We do need to keep on top of that. We don't really want it to fall too badly behind. We don't want that to happen. So yeah, in front of us we have some quests right there. So I'm just looking at what the scenario is. We're going to try and be careful here. I feel like that's the important part that we need to keep in mind. So we've got another human here. I suppose I might as well ask if they want to team up, simply because, and on the principle of, I don't want us fighting for the same NPC and then more or less pulling each other's pulls. That sounds really weird. For one that plays World of Warcraft, they'll know what I mean. So yeah, I think my logic here is, if we are in the same team, there's no chance of us more or less making it more difficult for each other than needed, if that makes sense, with regards to the quest. So yeah, we lose on the XP as it does get halved, simply because we are two, so it has to be shared out. Oh, hello. But I guess life is easier when there's two of you doing the same thing and you're not actually stealing each other's quest or quest item, or fighting for the same quest item, competing for the same quest item. Yeah, you choose the words that you like in that sentence. Oh dear. Now, it is nice. So this is one of the social sides of it. We do like to, I don't know. Actually, it's nice. I don't know where I was going with that exactly. I kind of know, but I didn't want to say it before because I'm just not quite sure. So I've got one of the quests that I needed. But normally it's nice when people group up, just so we don't do stuff like that, you know. So I guess I'm kind of finished here in a sense. Might have a couple of things that I want to pick up, but I think what I can do is help out. What else do I need? So, of course, mana is always going to be a problem, so we got to sit and drink. There we go. Very sucky that we don't have anything at range. I keep wanting to do stuff at range, but the sad truth of it is, sadly, we are not a ranged class. I did look, also I didn't mention it in the last episode, I'm trying to get, there we go, there's my ding. I have now gained a level, so that is pretty darn decent. So I'm trying to still, in my mind, I'm still playing by myself in the sense of I'm being very cautious as to what we pull. Yes, there are two of us, but things can still go very terribly wrong. I still need some of these skellies anyways. But I don't want to end up in a scenario where we overpull, where we pull too many creatures and then end up more or less regretting it. So there's also that side of things. And of course I am a healer, so I might as well give her a heal there. Or him. I'm guessing it's going to be a him, but hey ho. You know, girls do play this game as well. Right, let's do this. Let's do this. Let's do this. Questology. I've seen a lot of players from Questology here on the server. And to be fairly honest, I keep running into players from our guild. So our guild seems to have quite a few people, and I've run out of mana, so me sucky there. So I am going to have to regen some mana, otherwise I can't use my abilities. I just feel very vulnerable being there by myself, sat on the floor drinking. Let's just do it here then. We watch our companion here fight the skeleton as we now drink in the grave, because that makes a lot of sense between the tombstones and stuff. So that's pretty cool. So she's completed another quest. She, he, they. This is so confusing, you know. I honestly, you don't know who you're playing with gender-wise, and nowadays with the whole gender neutrality, you don't even know how to approach that. Geesh. It's very confusing. Right, so what I'm going to do in this series, right, unless I know who I'm playing with specifically, I'm basically going to refer to other players that I play with that are random by their character gender. It is confusing. It's always going to do my head in. Oh, and you can hear some sirens in the background because that's always fun. Things do happen. I do live in a busy area, so yeah, I do like to apologize for that, because I mean I can't really control it. It just happens. Kind of wish things were a bit quieter, but this is the life. This is what we get given, so we just have to deal with what we have. Are we going for the mage? Let's go for the mage. There we go. Never mind. She's doing well. Well, on the bright side, though, I am leveled up, so things are starting to get somewhat easier in this area, and I do like that. It's nice to see or feel that I don't suck. Because sometimes it does feel like you suck when you're just fighting big NPCs. Now, obviously, I know what the score is with the game in that regard. So, but someone that, for example, is just picking this up, and I don't really see that happening too often. This is a very niche specific game. But if somebody were to pick it up and they were to level in a zone that is somewhat higher than them, I could see why people would feel like they suck. It's just one of those things, especially if you get your specs wrong. That could definitely complicate life. Give you a heal right there. Oh, you're going for that, Skelly? So, yeah, that's that. Of course, it is what it is. I have chosen this one for its difficulty. Can I mine that mine thing? Okay, hold on a bit. What are you picking up fight with? Okay. I managed to hit it once. Yay. Hit it twice. Whack it. And I'll grab this. It's quite important. Although, in all honesty, right now, back of my head, the thing that's frustrating me is I'm not getting levels from mining the tin. So it does, unfortunately, suck somewhat. So that means I'll have to go back to Stormwind and get some levels on, well, learn the next skill so I can continue leveling up, because what's going to happen is as I progress through the game, I won't be able to farm the higher level content stuff, which is where the money is. And so that is why I picked up mining as a skill, as a craft, as a profession. That's the word. Jesus. It took me a while to figure that one out. Anyways, yeah, so my main mission and I suppose profession is to focus on enchanting. Now, enchanting by itself does work, and I think I'm just going to be using mining to kind of substitute some money, make some money. Although I do need to be super careful with my spendings, just because I do need to try and kind of save up some gold. We do want some gold. Let's give you a wonderful heal right there, just to keep you topped up, keep you going. And then we whack you. I mean, at least we got a hit. Okay, the other thing is, and I don't know why I'm doing it, right, but I guess it is a skill that you can level up. I'm also doing first aid, but I am a healer, and so what first aid offers in terms of healing isn't really all that amazing. However, as we progress through the game, healing should be fairly easy to do, and I guess it does give me something to do with the cloth that I find. Sadly though, bandages are worth nothing, and depending on type of cloth, it's sometimes worth nothing, sometimes has a bit of value to it. It depends what kind of cloth you have. I mean, I was just going to say, you didn't need to do that. I could have done that for you. I might as well join you for a drink here. We sit in the cemetery. There are many cemeteries in this area. A lot of graves, a lot of dead people. Okay. But yeah, and I think that one of the benefits of mining is you also get some random gems, which jewel crafters can do. So yeah, I could have probably gone with mining and blacksmithing. I feel like blacksmithing would have been nice. Definitely would have helped me with regards to leveling up. Not leveling up, but getting that end game gear. That's what I'm after. I want the purple items. And I know there are some recipes for mining that we can pick up that would have made a big difference. I think the only one thing I can't remember right now is if healers are going to be wearing mail all throughout, or if they can equip plate items or plate armor. I seem to recall and have a feeling that they tend to wear mail. I mean, it still does do a decent reduction as far as damage goes. Plate is better, but I think the stats required for healing are not as good. Although, yeah, I need to look into this. This is one of these things I need to do some research when I do get a chance, just to give myself the best possible chance as a healer. So we have a problem, as you guys saw in the chat. Our companion here has not really gained the quest item needed off of that NPC. So I'll just stick about. I could have left, but I won't. I'm not that kind of person. I will stick about and give this person a hand with that, just because it's fair. Which is one of the things. See, this is the downside to questing as a group. When things don't happen, you basically stick in the hole in the area you're questing, just so you can help your companion. I like to be fair, so you'll see a lot of fairness from me with regards. And I guess going forward, if I do end up pulling someone's NPC, I do apologize for it. It's not my intention. Or if I do stuff that I suppose is against WoW etiquette, it's not on as an intentional thing. It just happens. It's a mistake, you know. Going forward, things will happen. So yeah, so what I've done here is I've set the loot to free for all. Just to kind of let you guys know, simply because I don't know. So the way looting works in this game is with each mob, with each NPC, there's a turn-taking process with regards to who loots the body. So if I loot a body now, next round it'll be someone else that loots it, and it depends on. It just goes like that until it resets back to its normal. First person that did the loot. So basically, the more people you have in the party, the more have to wait the turn. So what I've done is it's free for all. That means everybody can do anything. And so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to basically wait here and help our fella here, our companion fella. I know a lot of these guys will probably be guys playing, you know, female characters. Oh, this is so confusing. This does my head in. But yeah, you know what I mean. We're just going to wait here and do this quest, I guess. So we're now stopping here, getting some potions up. I don't know how long the timer for the respawn, or the respawn timer. Sounds better. My English. What has happened? As I get older, I find that my English has just gone downhill. Anyways, yeah, we're doing some drinks here in the abandoned church, I guess. But yeah, hopefully this guy spawns. He doesn't have too many ads. Hopefully it doesn't take him too long to spawn. And yeah. I guess it's one of those things. I don't even know if I had this quest. I picked up stuff, but I think I did have it actually. But it's kind of sad that for some odd reason with stuff like this, I feel like there should be some improvement. I mean, I see why they did it. They want it to last longer, the devs. So you have to do the same guy over and over again. The risk with the way I set the looting table to free for all, it just means that, say we both kill the same NPC, that NPC drops some amazing weapon, if you can call it that, or something that's amazing. The first person that loots it gets it. Whereas with the standard loot system, better said, it shows it in every party member's little icon thing, so in the center bottom bit of the screen. And people have a choice to need or greed. Need basically causes a roll from 1 to 100 if multiple people need on it. I'm just explaining this, by the way, to people that don't know the game. And I do realize that my content here on the channel is solely, or was mainly focused on games like Ark and Conan Exiles and stuff like that. So I'm just explaining how this works. So yeah, so need is higher than greed. Greed means you just want it. If everybody greeds, there's a roll between 1 to 100. the one with the highest roll gets it. Need goes above that, and again, if multiple people need on the same item, again, another roll will take place, and the person with the highest roll will get the item. So we have broken up the group. She says she can deal with it just fine, and I'm fine with that. Alright, back from Stormwind City. I have emptied out my bags. I have basically just gone to drop some stuff off. There were some items that I didn't want to carry with me just because I'm doing the questing, but we are back here again. I will probably cut that out. It's just me wandering from shop to shop looking for things to sell and repairing and all sorts of stuff like that. But we're back here. We're going to do some more quests, try and pick up everything that we have whilst we are here. Of course, there are some chain quests that we need to complete, and of course I did have to take the Griffin here, so we did fly all the way to this area, or back from Stormwind, better said, which can take a bit of time. So of course stuff like that I won't include unless people want it, but I don't see why. There's nothing really. If grinding the same NPC is monotonous, that's even more monotonous. So yeah, we'll kind of hand you in this quest. You can have it. It's all yours. There's your stuff. We could do with some more free space in our inventory, but you're probably going to ask us to go and find something else. So that'll take up some more space. My inventory space absolutely sucks. I am not happy with that. So on the map, we can not going to touch that. That's dangerous. That we can do. Okay, so I was looking at basically how I'm going to route this in a way where I don't put myself in too much danger. I do want to try and do some more challenging stuff, but I don't want to die. That is the problem. And the other thing which I never mentioned is, and I'm trying to think of the best way to explain those that for those that don't really know. So levels, right? Levels of characters and enemy NPCs. So if a character, a playable character, or a character played by a player is of a lower level, the aggro range increases. So think of the aggro range as a cylinder with the player at the center, or cylinder, maybe a sphere. I think it's a spherical type of thing. So think of it as a sphere with the player at the center. If the player and the NPC are the same level, there's your normal standard size sphere. But if the player is a lower level, the size of that sphere does increase. So with each level that the NPC I'm trying to farm to fight is higher than me, the greater that aggro range is. Now the same thing is true in reverse. So for example, if I'm a lower level, if I'm a higher level than the creature that I'm trying to fight, the sphere is actually smaller. So that's that to keep in mind. I just thought I would point that out because there is quite important, especially when we're trying to pull stuff. So we are fighting the spiders. Creepy. I think one of the things I found creepy about this area, don't get me wrong, I like this area, apart from the undead, and the undead don't really seem to bother me, although there are tombs that you can go into, as far as I remember it, was the amount of spiders here. Like, they did a really good job here, WoW or Blizzard, with regards to making this forest quite creepy, to be honest, and the amount of spiders here is kind of adds to the theme, the flow. So I'm going to try and fight these things. No, that's not what I'm after. Hold on a bit. Need to be careful here. We don't want to we don't want to risk it. So you'll see me going back to aggro range, and the reason I explained it is you'll see me do like a wide circle around certain creatures and trying to basically stay out of aggro. So yeah, I'm basically trying. Ooh, that's not good. I'm trying to avoid pulling creatures like that right there, or too many of them. We don't want to be fighting multiples of these guys. It would absolutely suck. So yeah, I'm basically, as running around here, I'm always calculating and trying to figure out, you know, how close I can get to something before it's too close, if that makes sense. I mean, I suppose we are kind of on par with levels, and this is right here. Oh, God's sakes. What is that? Oh, ouch. No, that's bad. That's what we're after, but we don't really want to be fighting you right now. So I think I'm going to pull a runner here. Hopefully do not aggro that sucker right there. Oh, for God's sakes. That went from bad to worse right now. So, will I die? Will I be able... Okay, we got a stun. That's even worse right now. Okay, we got rid of that dude. I'm not going to make it. Unless this guy comes off me. Yeah, okay, I'm dead. Maybe that might be my saving grace. If I can get enough... God, there's so many things around. Can I get through this? Will I get through this? Oh, he's right behind me. Okay. I might be alright. Let's just get a quick heal off. That'll keep me going. So right there, that just went from bad to worse. It's funny because it happened right before I was talking about aggro. I did not expect something like that to happen. So yeah, I guess environmental awareness is also something to keep an eye out for. I tell you what, I'm nice like that, so have a buff on the house and a heal. Actually, it was a heal. Keep you going for a bit. Oh, thank you for the buff. Yeah, so you'll see a lot of this. And again, this is one of the things I like about WoW. You'll see a lot of this going on. People just basically buffing each other up as they go by each other, past each other. And it's just one of those things. It's like, you know, I've got this buff, I'm not using it. Here, have a buff. It benefits you. And then the funny part is, right, so you're bound to see it. I'm sure it's going to happen. You'll see me go past someone and I think to myself, you know, I don't really want to help you with the quest, but I will do something just to be nice. I'll give you a beneficial buff to your class, and then someone will give me back another buff, but that buff is completely useless. So I was actually watching people talk about stuff like this in the chat, but it was like, I think it's called water breathing or something like that. Basically, it gives you 10 minutes where you can stay submerged underwater without needing oxygen, but that is the most useless buff unless you are in water. And yes, they have better, more beneficial spells that they could be using, but they're just going to use that because why not, you know? So it's kind of like a little troll there. Not that I actually mind it. It really doesn't make a difference to my world, but hey, you know, unless we're in water and we need to stay submerged for an extended long period of time, which kind of brings me to another thing. I do want to, right, I really want to do a mage or a hunter, maybe both. So I'll think about it. I mean, I'm partly tempted to start leveling up another class, but I know if I do that, I will be sidetracked. I will probably forget about the main, and I want to get my main to level 70. We want to do some gear runs, and I think at that point I'll be looking at starting a new class. And I'm torn between three. The Warlock I really enjoyed playing, so that's one, but I've done it and I still have quite a few memories of it. So I know I started and I have very vague memories of playing a mage. And one cool thing about the mage is you learn portals. So once you get to a certain point, you can actually portal to different areas on the map. So nice to have that. But then create your own buffs as well. Health food. Yeah, that sounds better. So you create your own health food, or I'd probably be better off saying health potion. When I say health potion, it's not something you can use in combat. It's I think it's like on the terms of water, where you can use it to replenish your mana when out of combat, of course, which could potentially be useful. The thing with stuff like that is they are very squishy because they wear cloth armor, and so the level of protection, level of armor does not help them. They actually, saying that though, you'd say that they suck because of that, but they don't actually. The interesting thing is World of Warcraft has figured out a way to actually mitigate that, so that's kind of cool. They have loads of abilities that can allow them to mitigate the lack of armor, so that's pretty cool. So yeah, and the other one is a hunter. So as I'm looking at creatures that I'm encountering, so you could have like one of these black wolves and have that as a pet, as a hunter. Could potentially have a spider as a hunter, and that's really good for crowd control. Now, one thing with hunters though, I don't remember, well, I don't know, that's the simple fact. I guess both would work. So I don't know and don't remember how pets work in the sense of, I have a vague memory, but I could be wrong, so do tell me off if I am wrong. But I do have a vague memory of different pets for different uses. So, for example, a spider can web things, and so that can help with crowd control. Now, in a hunter's situation, the pet acts as a tank, where it'll tank stuff for you whilst you do the damage. But then you can also use pets to crowd control, which is kind of cool. And pets also need to be leveled up. That's another cool thing. So, and I think this early on, and this is the way I remember it, right? Pets ran at a disadvantage in regards to the XP they got. So the hunter was always higher in level than their pet. Now right there, what I did, and someone's going to tell me off, or I'm going to make a mistake, is I waited to kill the NPC before healing. Now, by my calculations, I would or should have been able to take down this particular NPC. However, right, this is where things get really funny. Things can go terribly wrong. So, as you saw before with the pull, what can happen is I can miss a couple of hits, and then I would not have had enough time to actually heal myself. That's problematic. Now, the other issue that could have happened is I might not be aware of the abilities of these creatures, and so they could potentially have a heal over time spell sort of thing, in which case that would have complicated my life. Luckily that did not happen, and I know I shouldn't be taking such risks. Boy, this guy is high level. I know I shouldn't be taking such risks, but I'm probably gonna do it just because I'm greedy. Does that make sense? This is kind of difficult to explain. I'm greedy in the sense of I'm trying to preserve mana, although that might potentially cost me at some point in the future. I just know myself, and I know I'm going to do this just because it's me. So it'll be interesting to see what happens, and you know, if I fall victim to my own greediness. Again, see, I'm doing it again. Getting really close to that. I mean, I'm confident, I'm happy, I just don't really want to die. See right there, that could have been really bad. I don't have mana, I only have a little drop left of health, and yeah. Thank God I'm a paladin. I mean, I suppose I do have a potion that I could use, but potions are rare to come by, and I don't want to spend money on them. I don't have herbalism. So what I tend to do is I tend to hold on to them until I desperately need them. And when I say desperately need them, is potentially in groups and just basically wanting to survive a potentially bad situation. And I think that's when I tend to use them. And then on other occasions with potions, another funny thing is I will save that potion for later because I might, quote unquote, need it at a later time to get out, or as a way to bail myself out of a terrible situation, and then I level up and then that potion becomes absolutely useless. I mean, it's a potion, it'll still do what it's supposed to, but by then the effects of the potion aren't really anything that's gonna help me. So yeah, I'm bad for stuff like that. I'm just gonna warn you, you're gonna see stuff like that from me. But again, with WoW, the thing to keep in mind is economy. Yeah, so you're always gonna be poor. No matter how much gold you have, you're always gonna be poor. And so with that mindset, people, or me in this case, tend to be greedy, and we hold on to every little thing because we don't know when it'll come in handy. Okay. Time to stock up on mana. I'm going to be honest, right now this area, although it is challenging, I am actually enjoying it. I do like the challenge. I do come to realize now that I could have probably, as I said in the previous episode, gone to another area where creatures would have been more level appropriate and then come here. And so that would have let me kill these creatures a lot quicker. They're potentially therefore, Jesus, my English is broken. It is late at night and I do apologize for that. Yeah, going back to what I was saying, therefore making my run or leveling up run a lot easier. But then I suppose equally, because I'm lower in level, I do get a little bit extra, just a little bit extra of XP per kill, and a significant little bit extra, in my eyes at least, per quest turned in because I am of a lower level. So yeah, I think, and I could be wrong here, I think if I were to say power level this area, it would have probably been more efficient to be of the same level as these creatures, just because I can kill them quicker and go through them quicker. Whereas I'm struggling. It's taking me a long time. After each kill, I have to replenish my mana again, adding to the time it takes me to complete a quest. So yeah, I could have done that, but you know what, I'm glad I did it this way, because being a returning player, it does help me by finding myself in difficult situations and then having to figure ways out to survive those difficult situations with what I have available to me. So pros and cons. I think for future reference, and this is where I was going with this, when I do level other creatures, I will probably try and power level them. So the way I'll probably approach that is I'll try and go against creatures that are the same levels at me. So yeah, I think this first time it's okay. It's a mistake that I'm willing to accept. A mistake that I deliberately made, but willing to accept the consequences and look at the benefits. And the biggest benefit for me is just kind of getting used to this class and trying to get the best out of myself as a player with regards to the class. And yeah, so I'm enjoying it. I'm doing this first character just as a, I don't even know, how do I describe this? As a way to remember the game, to remind myself of what the game has to offer, to test myself against the game, to kind of challenge myself with regards to difficult situations and kind of just get used to the mechanics. Okay, so we are down here. We're back at the grave. I never thought I'd be seeing this as soon. Let's see what this guy has to say. I do terribly worry that I'll have to go back into the grave. That does not look like a friendly place. Of course it's not. I don't want to really be down there. But if we have a quest down there, I guess, you know, needs must, you know, I gotta do it. I just feel like, in a weird way,
see you around.
This guy, from just being an old man in a shed, seems to have a lot to say, a lot of things to ask of us. Okay, you should be fine now. I remember when I first came here, I was afraid of you. And I apologize for the fighter jet flying about. Not much I can do about that. This is where I live. Oh, here's another one. Here's another one. Oh, that thing's loud. Oh, man. I hope you guys can hear this on the recording. Okay, so we gotta grab these things. I'm gonna guess this is a... Holy moly, what's going on? Are we going to war or something? Oh, wow. Maybe they're just doing donuts, aren't they? Is that a thing you can do in a plane? Okay, wow. Yeah, going back to the quest, I think this potentially might be one of those low drop quests. Yay! Gotta love those. Okay. I'm somewhat concerned. You're high level.
It's too far away.
What happened with dude over here? He just vanished. No, he's come back out. Okay, we can fight you. Okay, that's fine. We can fight you. Or can we? Because right now, I am not doing too good. I think I'm going to try and survive this. I don't have almost anything.
My mana is low.
No, that went terribly wrong. I don't know. I'm going to push it, but I don't have mana. Dude, you are dodging everything. Parrying, dodging. Okay, I'm running. Hopefully I can get out. I don't even know what happened there. But he just ran inside the grave, ran back out. I'm not sure exactly. Is that supposed to happen? I feel like it's not supposed to happen like that. No. Okay. We lost aggro. That is fine. That was very odd. Okay. Right, I'm confused here. I was trying to dispel stuff. I don't even know. Like, wow. I'm going to give that another go. On the principle that the NPC might have bugged out. Although that's a very weird bug. I do wonder, I didn't actually look at my health or monitor it all the time, but it almost felt like he glitched out and I was getting hit without being hit, if that makes sense. But I'll have a look at the recording when I play. I took a lot of damage too quickly, and I don't even know what happened there. I'm going to give that another go and see what happens. Rebuff, make sure that we are regenning mana, because that is going to be quite important. If the NPC does the same thing, then we can assume he is in some way broken or glitched. Let's give this a go. I should, in theory.
I need to get closer.
What the frickin' hell's going on? Right, let me say that again. What is going on? Fighter jets, someone with stupid sports cars or whatnot. Honestly, it's not... Oh, we pulled two of these guys. I feel like we could do this, dude. We just don't want two of them on us. Yeah, okay, right. So... he just teleports in the grave, then comes back out. Maybe something's off with the AI of this character with regards to what's going on. And then, obviously, what's going on in the world. A lot of things. Ambulances, fighter jets, loud machines today. Huh. It's not normally this bad. But it is today. See, look, this is what I was expecting to see. I feel like I took too much damage in that earlier encounter. Honestly. Huh. This is what I was expecting to see. Definitely was some sort of weird, odd glitch. I don't know. Well, we're gonna get some more juice on us, and then I will continue with this. I have also reset my talent, and yeah, I think I want to look at dungeons as well. That's quite a big thing. Oh, we have quite a list to choose from. I'd like to do Nomragon. That would be a cool place to visit, although it is a massive maze, that place. We got a few choices here. That's good. So I think I would like to hope that we can get into a dungeon soon enough. So, okay. Let's see how things looking over here. I mean, this guy is doable again, unless he glitches out like his predecessor there. That didn't really work out too well for me. But I got him in the end. I'm persistent, if anything else. Or I'm persistent, if nothing else. What is up with my English today? Yeah, I call this tiredness. Now, I don't really like to moan, but the last 2 weeks have been really busy in my personal life. A lot of change has happened. Some of it not by choice. I've had to adapt to that, and I've also had to make content. So I think I've averaged around 4, maybe 5 hours a night over the last week, and it is getting to me in all fairness. So I do apologize for my bad English, and I'm not using this as an excuse either. Thought might as well just explain myself just in case. I'm not normally this bad, I swear. So he says. Okay, so I do want to go down in here. Boy, you are big, aren't you? 4 levels. Please do not hurt me, sir. You're poisoning me. So I'm looking at the damage. I'm looking at how this fight's going, and kind of just keeping an eye on the numbers here. But yeah, as you can see, I think I said it maybe earlier in this video, with regards to levels, big difference right here. I'm feeling it. I am certainly feeling it. There we go. We gotcha. Gonna have to heal here, and that should keep us alive long enough to drink up. And I want to go in that hole that the creepy, glitchy, skelly that we had troubles with earlier came out of, or I think came out of, or I think. So what I think happened there, because I've been thinking about it, I think the creature itself was somehow underground, but its aggro stroke hitbox was out of the ground, so the game didn't know where to place it, and I think something like that might have happened. It's a possibility. We'll see what's down there. Hopefully nothing too bad. This guy's doable. Come on. I'm going to bring you back here, because I know things shouldn't, in theory, respawn on top of me. So he says, until things happen. So another thing that's eating up my mana is all of these cures that I have to apply. They also consume mana, and we're getting poisoned quite often. Saying that, with this dude, just 1 level difference. Just look at how much health and mana I have left over still. So, quick peek in this tomb. Can I complete it? I think I'm going to leave it for now. I am thinking of doing a dungeon. And I don't want... Yeah, I don't want to be in a situation where I might accidentally die. Let's have a look inside. Okay, this is bigger than I remember. I don't remember saying that. Why did I say that? I don't remember this area. Oh, yes, I do. Okay. So we are now in a raid group. This is a bad area to be anyways. So I think I'm going to have to come back to this. This could end pretty badly for me if I try and do it now. You know what? I'm going to go for this dude. Just because. But I think after this, I'm going to go back to Stormwind, folks. And run this dungeon with these peeps. Hopefully everything goes well. Of course, I will be recording the dungeon. I don't know if it's going to be... Probably not going to be released on the same day. But yeah. Again, I don't know what the poison is called. Or the debuff that we're getting from these guys. I don't know what it's called. But I know it does apply damage over time type of effect. Which we do have to cure. And I'm out of mana. This is gonna be tight. Yeah, I think we gotta come back here. Okay. Well, with that said and done, that is it for this video, folks. Thank you so much for sticking around. And if you made it to the end of this video, man, do I appreciate you. Until next time, stay safe, folks.